I had this thought, and it might resonate with you as well. I haven't scripted this. It's more like a ramble, and I feel like that's super important for me in order to just kind of process my thoughts and express these feelings and thoughts that I'm having. Because if I were to sit down and script this video, then I'd have to retake it a lot of times. So I feel like whatever the content of this video is what's important to me right now, and hopefully that might resonate with you. And the thing that struck me today was that it's almost the end of summer. Not quite. It's the first week of August. But in Sweden, we typically count like June and July in the summer months. And then August is kind of the last summer month. And it's just crazy because this summer has not quite turned out the way that I planned it. And what I wanted to do this summer was I have another YouTube channel that I really want to, or an idea for a YouTube channel that I've been working on for quite some time that I really wanted to take more seriously. So that's one thing. But I was kind of distracted by filming those videos with this other thing, and that was an exam that I have in less than 2 weeks. It's a bit more than 1 week. It's like 10 days away. So I had these two things that I needed to do, and they kind of just canceled each other out in a bad way where I didn't want to start doing this thing, work on the YouTube videos, because I'd feel guilty that I wasn't studying and that I should be studying. I should focus my time studying. But I didn't want to study because when I studied, I thought that I should spend my time doing this. So this is really just time management, and I'm really bad at time management, obviously, because of course you can just do this for 5 minutes or this for 5 minutes or an hour and an hour, and that would have been so much better than the outcome that I've reached now, where I put 0 hours towards the YouTube thing and 0 hours towards the studying for the exam. And that's quite typical. And at first, I was a bit disappointed with myself, and I feel like I still can be, but it's more important to realize and to be disappointed than to kind of bash myself too hard for it. And I feel like this is a mistake that I'll probably repeat. And it's just part of learning how I work and how I prioritize different tasks. There's this whole philosophy, or is it a theory, I'm not sure, a principle, human principle. No matter the time slot you're given for a project, you will fill that time slot. So if you have an entire week to finish something versus 2 days, you'll probably finish them both, the both same task in the shorter amount of time because you're constrained to that shorter amount of time. So now that I've had like an entire summer of studying and working on this other thing, I just haven't done any of it and pushed it all to the deadline where my exam is in 1 week. And what's bad about that is you're just stressing this whole time, knowing that, oh no, the exam is gonna be here. So I really need to find a way, a study method that works for me. Because this obviously doesn't work because I'm kind of paralyzed in not doing anything else. And realizing this, I also thought that what's the point? Kind of. Not in a nothing matters, nihilistic, absurdistic, Camus kind of way. But like, what's important to me, rather. And it got me thinking of, it all boils down to this question of the meaning of life. And in a sense, I feel like the meaning of life is that question is quite irrelevant, but it's also super important. But it's so subjective. I feel like we all just have our different subjective experiences throughout life. So what's meaningful to me might not be meaningful to you. So in that sense, it's quite irrelevant to get stuck up on what's the meaning of life, to try and quantify life or happiness or joy or fulfillment or whatever. And it's more important to sit with yourself and realize what's important to you. And one thing that I realized is that it's this big cliche about it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. And that truly makes sense because in life, there's not a destination. What's the destination? Death? Sure. But then life is the journey to death. And I feel like it's the same kind of thing with goals. It's weird to set goals. Of course, it's super important to be motivated and to have these things that you want to accomplish in life. But I feel like you shouldn't get too stuck up on the actual goal, but making the process and the journey enjoyable, because it's the journey that you will spend the most time in. And then all of a sudden you achieve the goal. And then what? It's like the goal is like a singularity, and you have this entire journey that you need to make as enjoyable as possible. So I realized looking back at these 2 past months that I'm not quite sure what I've done with my time, and I'm actually fine with it. I know that I haven't been studying every single day, and I know that I could have been, but I just haven't, and that's completely fine because I'm still living my life. And of course, there are things that you need to take super seriously in life, but there are also things that sometimes it's just nice to not always perform at your peak and just. I've spent a lot of days just being present, honestly, just being out reading, going for long walks, and just not stressing too much about my duties and tasks that I need to do. And that's so rewarding. It's so nice to just sit and be present because I feel like that's when you truly experience life. Because if you're just hurrying through life, always with that specific goal in mind, then once you reach that goal, it's like you forgot to live. And I've also realized that for me, it's so important that life isn't always just sunshine and rainbows. Because, and bear with me with the analogy here, because sunshine obviously would be this good thing, all the enjoyable things. And then rainbows you'd see as something beautiful as well. Thing is, you can't really have the rainbows without the rain. And kind of metaphorically, people would talk about rain as being this the sad thing. You could see it as kind of poetic, how clouds are crying and you have these gray skies instead of the blue skies, and it's just this kind of, I don't want to say depressing, but it's kind of this more sad atmosphere in a way when it's raining. Thing is, rain is inevitable, and rain really is the foundation of life. You can't grow anything without rain. And after rain, when the sun shines, you get the rainbows, and you also get the plants and the trees that have grown. You need the water. So in a way, in your life, of course, you have all the good times, but you're also going to have the bad times. They're inevitable, but they're going to make you stronger. And that's something that I really appreciate. And I try to be more present in the bad times. And I don't want to turn the bad days into good ones by thinking that it's good for me to have bad days. That's kind of paradoxical. But just to be present and to feel and to be angry and upset and be like, this sucks. This day truly sucks, and this person was an asshole, and this sucks, and everything. Just to be present and to actually acknowledge that and not be like, oh no, everything's fine. Oh, I shouldn't be feeling this. What are these uncomfortable feelings? Just embrace the fact that life sucks today, but life will get better tomorrow. So I feel like those are kind of the main things that I had on my mind now. Being kinder to yourself, because life is about living it, and it's truly about the journey. So kind of decorate the journey and the time passed in the most beautiful way that you can, because that's how you make life the most enjoyable. And really embrace the bad days and be happy for the good ones. Don't take the good ones for granted. Don't take the bad ones for granted. Just be present, live your life, and enjoy every moment. Or don't enjoy every moment. I just contradicted myself. Don't enjoy every moment. Have the moments where you don't enjoy it, and that's part of life. It will always be the ups and downs. It's kind of like a gradient. It's homeostasis or whatever. You can't have the good days without the bad ones, and you shouldn't be too hard on yourself. You should just pause and kind of meditate on what's important to you and try to prioritize that as often as possible. I'll see you in the next one.